How's it going? This is Lunch with the One-Eyed Fat Man, number 21. That's to pay homage to all the fallen soldiers with the coronavirus and stuff like that. It's very sad. Hopefully we're winded down, but I don't see it coming. This channel here, it's to entertain, to educate, and defend everybody on the planet at least once. So let me get that going. And it's not a channel for children to be watching, so make sure your kids are not in the room. But the thing is, here in Cassia County, we've only had 7 cases and 1 death, so that's not bad at all, you know. For here, it's kind of high, but we're low population, stuff like that. But I feel sorry for the people in New York and the bigger cities and stuff like that, because it's crazy. And it's not going to get any better. I know it's ordered by chaos. And the thing about living here in Cassia County, I respect the police officers here. I've seen them. See, I made some meth videos and shit like that prior. And I put them on YouTube. But anyway, I've met a lot of the police officers here. I have all due respect for those cops. You know, I don't have a problem with any of the police officers here. People that I do have a problem with is the public defender, the prosecuting attorney, the judges, and shit like that, man. You know, it's called the criminal justice system, you know, or center, or whatever it's called. It's like yesterday I was telling you about the therapist. It's called the rapist. You know, it's word association. You have to see where the words are coming from. But I have all due respect for the police officers here. I have no problem with any of them. You know, they're all great people. And I'm going to tell you a police joke, though. This is going to be a joke. It's a joke, people. Okay, there's a cop, and he's watching this person, and he just ran a stop sign, you know. So he pulls him over, tells him to get out. He gets out, grabs him, puts him in a headlock, and just, oh, I already ruined the joke, excuse me. Cut. I usually don't cut out my videos. I never do. Everything's all unedited. I never edit it. Okay. This guy runs a stop sign. I already screwed it up again. Okay. There's a cop. He was watching this car. He ran a stop sign. He pulls him over, and the person in the car goes, "Well, I slowed down." He goes, "Didn't you see the stop sign?" And the person in the car says, "Well, I slowed down." And the cop says, "Come on, could you get out of the car for a minute?" So he gets out of the car, the person that was driving, puts him in a headlock and starts beating him, boom, really hard. And the cop tells him, "Do you want me to stop or just slow down?" That's kind of a funny joke. But he just wanted to prove his point to his mom, you know, that's about it. This is going to be a bad video. Oh, another thing, dang it. I watched my video yesterday. I usually don't watch these crappy videos. And the main reason I wanted to talk yesterday was Good Friday. And I totally spaced it out. Okay, a lot of people are dumbed down, you know. We're a freaking stupid society, you know. Okay, Good Friday is really about the only holiday you should really celebrate, you know. It's the Passover, you know. Easter, pagan. Christmas, pagan. Halloween, pagan, whatever. But what's bad about Good Friday is the Postal Service runs, the banks are open, you know what I'm saying? You know, they don't celebrate Passover. They do not celebrate Passover. See, that's what's crazy about this in the United States. I don't know about the rest of the world. I just know about the United States. You know, you celebrate Columbus Day. Martin Luther King, he probably does deserve a holiday, you know, kids of blacks. I've been around 60 years. They've came a long way in the last 60 years. He might deserve a holiday. But like Thanksgiving and Christmas and shit like that. Thanksgiving, okay, you sit around, you feed yourself, you get fat or whatever, you know, you just get stuffed. And what are you thankful for? You know, you're thankful for that you're fat American. Really, Thanksgiving was the Native Americans that saved the Pilgrims. You know, the Pilgrims were starving when they first came over here. They had no fucking clue what the fuck was going on. And the Native Americans gave them some food so they could make it through the winter. You know, they were nice enough to do that for these guys. The pale faces or whatever they're called. Okay, but really, I've been sitting here for 60 years. The Native Americans never came to my house on Thanksgiving, gave me some food, but you probably look at that. Hey, that dude, he looks like he's never missed a meal a day in his life. He doesn't need any. But all the holidays are are pagan, and except for Good Friday, and that's the one that we don't celebrate. I forgot to say that yesterday, and kind of bummed me out because I was talking about 666 and Mark of the Beast and devil worshippers and the Mormon church and blah, blah, blah. But when I was a kid, Halloween was great, man. Halloween, and see, it's all an urban legend now. Halloween, there's some vandals and shit like that. That's been going on forever. But you heard, oh, these kids are getting poisoned. They're putting razor blades in the apples, and people are dying on Halloween. It's all an urban legend, people. It's all an urban legend. Okay, if somebody was putting a razor blade in an apple and giving it to your kid on Halloween, and they cut themselves or whatever, don't you think about this one. Think about this one, folks. Don't you think you could figure out what house is giving out apples? See, it's all an urban legend. I think somebody tried to poison their kids at one time, or the nephew, nieces and stuff. They stuck it in that Twix, or I don't know what it's called, Pixie Sticks. Put some poison in there, I think, to collect life insurance. And then it just exploded after that, That Halloween was, of course, it's pagan, but it was fun when I was a kid, You got to know that it's a pagan holiday, it was pretty fun. The thing is, the parents teach the kids, do not take kitty candy from strangers. No, do not take kitty candy from strangers. On Halloween, man, who lives there? I don't know. Let's go see what they got. It's pretty fun. Excellent. It was really fun. But times have just changed. It's ruined everything, and it's sad. It's sad, and I don't know what to think about it. But it's all subliminal. Like my station here, my channel, or whatever you call it, podcast. Thank God for YouTube. Hopefully I don't get kicked off because of my mouth. But I never in 100,000 years would ever think I'd be in front of the camera. Ever, ever, ever. I've been recording for over 10 years, maybe even 15, I don't know. But I'm here to say that the only reason I'm here is because of the coronavirus. And I think it's a man-made virus. And we need to get together. Everybody needs to get together on May 1st, the whole freaking world, at noon Mountain Time, and say I'm mad as hell and I'm not going to take it anymore. It's a peaceful protest. That's the only reason why I'm here. Other than that, I would not be in front of a camera. I didn't think I'd ever be in front of a camera. Look at my hair. People say, never mind. I don't have people that get in front of the camera anymore, But see, I've been videotaping for 10 years. This is my original card right here. It's like a business card, but not really, because I never charge people. It's called Lost Dollar Documentary and Makes No Sense Production. So whenever I filmed, whatever I filmed, I would always make a DVD copy, and I'd give it to them, no matter where they were at. It came out of my pocket. I would film some bands. They may not be local bands, but they were bands. And I'd make a DVD, and I'd send it to them, get their address, talk to them and stuff, and send them a DVD, But it's Lost Dollar Documentary, It Makes No Sense Production. People go, that doesn't make any sense. Why would you lose money? But it was fun. I enjoyed recording and stuff like that. I did, until people started getting in my way. You go out and record public events, parades and stuff like that, and people just stand in front of your camera, and they know that they're there. And they're rude. They're just rude people. So I gave that up. I basically just started recording what I was doing on a daily basis, like a video diary. I've been doing that for quite a few years too. And like my meth videos or whatever, all that stuff was filmed in my house. It's all. I can't get sued over that. People probably think, you're so mean, you're so rude, but the lady that was living here, she's committing felonies on a daily basis, and I just didn't want to go to prison, So I recorded this shit, and I got a lot more, but I'm not going to put it on, because I have a lot of haters, a lot of haters. And my son told me, if you have haters, that means you're doing something good, But if they say something real bad, I just block them out for life. I don't care, They're nothing to me. I got my subscribers up, got 1,000, and I'm happy as pigs in a shit when I'm making it like 10 cents a day now. 10 cents. That's all I'm making, 10 cents. And as long as I have 1 or 2 subscribers, I'll keep on doing this, and it doesn't bother me a bit, and I'm just thankful for YouTube. And like today, I guess on Twitch, I think it's called Twitch. I think it is. It's a gaming network or whatever. It's going to be on YouTube. But see, when I first started, I used to watch Justin TV, and it was just like this. But you could type in. See, I don't know how to type it, how to read your stuff that you're typing. I don't know how to do that yet. One of these days I will, after I learn how to see. But anyway, I used to watch Justin TV, and now it's Twitch. And today they're having celebrity poker games. They're going to have celebrity poker games, and all the money's going to go to charity to feed the Americans. We're all fat. We're fat Americans, man. A couple months, we're going to be huge, man. They won't have to kill us off. We're going to kill ourselves off. But, they need to help people in Ethiopia. I always have bad jokes like that one, This is a wedding picture of my friend I was supporting. That's a sick joke. But people are starving in Ethiopia. And Americans, we don't know how lucky we are, Usually when you go to the grocery store, you can find anything you want. Now, they're out of handy wipes, bleach, spray, mask, whatever, it's not like it used to be. You can't just go to the store and get whatever you want. But we still waste a lot of food. There's going to be a lot of food wasted down in the harvest and stuff like that for the fruits and vegetables and stuff like that right now. And we need to dehydrate that as soon as possible, powder it out, give it to the poor, whatever. Just don't let it rot. Don't let it rot, what I'm saying? Because that right there makes me mad as hell, and I'm not going to take it anymore. It's whatever makes you mad, like whatever kind of music you listen to. Say, for instance, okay, the only time I ever cried about a big star name getting killed or dying or whatever was John Lennon. That really upset me. I took it hard on that one because he just wanted to be an everyday normal person. He had a lot of money. He's up there, man. John Lennon was a legend, and he could have had any woman he wanted probably, but he picked Yoko Ono. She's not that attractive. She was older than he was, but that's the woman that he picked. And it's kind of sad what happened. But same thing happened to Selena. Somebody shot her in the back. It was her maid or somebody like that. They get jealous and they shot her in the back. And that shit don't piss you off. It's fucked up, man. It's fucked up. Like Tupac and Biggie Small, somebody killed him and they never did find the murderers, They're still out there and people know that who killed these people, they need to be brought to justice. Shit like that needs to piss people off. John Lennon, he just wanted to go out, be peaceful, be an everyday dude just out on the street, New York City. Somebody comes up and freaking shoots him, just unloads. It's fucking nuts. So I'm mad as hell and I'm not going to take it anymore. Okay, let's get off of that one. Let's bitch about the Mormons because I have my #1 subscriber is Nicole, and she likes me when I pounce on the Mormons, man. But see, they're going to be putting up some temples. I watched the conference. They're going to be putting up like 35 temples around the world. But the members need to ask what those symbols represent on the Mormon church, because those are satanic symbols. Ever since the beginning, they're called blood atonement, and it's to keep the secrets in the church. You'd cut your throat, rip out your heart, or disembowel you, or all three, or whatever the fuck they do. Okay, that's Satanism, people, Satanism. But a true church would tell you anything about what's going on. If they were a true church, people would be lining up to get into that place. They wouldn't have to have people go door to door. People would be knocking at their door to let them in, you know. They're not a true church. They're Satanist. They have the symbol of the pentagram upside down on their temples. Even in Nauvoo, that was like one of the first temples, man. One of the first ones. The freaking, it's got the Alcini and it's got the pentagram upside down. 5 points, people. Wind. Let's see. Earth, wind, fire, water. Earth, wind, fire, water. That's 4 of them. The 5th one's spirit. It all depends on where that point is pointing. Is it pointing up or pointing down? You study Satanism. Okay, everybody says Anton LaVey. You know, he's the high priest of the Church of Satanism in San Francisco. You know, he's dead now. I'm pretty sure he's dead. But they're Anton LaVey. Okay, the dude Aleister Crowley. You know, 50 years before this guy, before Anton LaVey, Aleister Crowley. He wanted to be the wickedest man in the world, and maybe he was. Okay. This is what's strange. This is just me thinking, because I'm off the wall shit. Okay, Aleister Crowley, when he was a kid, he loved his parents. He loved them. He came from a well-to-do family. Okay, somehow his father passes away. You know, his father passes away. Okay, it affected him. PTSD, whatever it's called back then. You know, I don't know what it's called, but you know, the death of a parent when you're that young, it can affect you. And it turned Aleister Crowley into a mean person. He became mean. But he was from a well-to-do family. You know, they had money and shit. Okay, this is what's strange. This is what's strange. You can look it up on the internet. Okay, he's probably about maybe 8, 9, 10, 11 at that time. Okay, Jack the Ripper started when he was a little kid, when Aleister Crowley was a little kid. But if you look this up on the internet, this is what's weird. The very first victim of Jack the Ripper was Aleister Crowley's maid. And before she died, she said that there was a kid there and men. There was a few men, couple men, and a kid. She said it, a kid. You look it up. The Whitechapel murders. Before she passed away, she said it was a kid. And see, it could have been Aleister Crowley. And see, he had money. And when people are poor, they'll do whatever the fuck, you know. It's sad. But if you look it up, you do the time, you do that, and he was the most wickedest man in the world. Far higher than Aleister Crowley, you know. The Satanic Church of Satan in San Francisco. Far higher than him, you know. This dude is fucked up. And he screwed up a lot of people, you know. A lot of people saying about it. Ozzy, I like Ozzy, man, but Ozzy has the song Mr. Crowley, you know, and say, for instance, the Beatles, which I talked about, John Lennon. You look on Sgt. Pepper, he's on there, you know. Jimmy Page bought his house by Loch Ness or whatever, you know. A lot of people dabbled in occultism and different things like that, you know. So you got to stay away from that. But the thing is, when you put it on the church on a daily basis, you know, it's crazy. You know, it's crazy. And like I said, Mayday, 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 that's the international word for distress. You know, when you're getting ready to go down, you have no hope, whatever, you always say Mayday, 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 you need help. And that's where this guy, where the hell is it? I always do this. I'm going to probably pound it down your guys' throat forever, man. This guy right here, he founded the Illuminati, May 1st, 1776, you know, and all this stuff is ordered by chaos. I seen something coming down the pike about a year ago, 2 years ago, probably 2 years ago, a year and a half, 2 years ago, because what was strange was our local groceries stores, they started bringing your groceries out to you. You know, they started bringing your groceries out to you. Okay, I don't know about the old Albertsons. I'm not going to say their name because I know they're LDS, you know. But anyway, there was Smith's, that's Kruger, Smith's. We got Walmart, everybody knows Walmart. And then we got Swenson's and Paul. Okay. All of a sudden, it just boom, 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 boom. All of them are bringing the groceries out. It's like, wow, that's weird. Because usually that'd be like coming from the higher ups. It has to do it like, you know, how could three different stores do it all within about the same period? You know what I'm saying? So now they don't want you in the store. They want to keep you out of the store. They want to keep you chaotic and paranoid. So don't panic. Don't panic. Don't get violent. We're gonna make it through this. Most of us are. Just be prepared and don't overspend because debt collectors are coming right after this. Be prepared for that. And like I always say, we're going through the apocalypse right now. We went through the generation of the fig tree. Now we're going through the apocalypse. These are the horsemen. These are not the horses. These are the horsemen. Political, educational, monetary, religion. You have to go in that order. People. And they're all fake. Every one of them's fake, man. Every one of them's fake. And this is how naive people are, gullible. Okay. I'm going to put down on the Mormons. I would do that. Okay, if you're a Mormon, there's a gullible test. Just I put it in the link down below. Just follow, see if you're gullible. But anyway, this is what's crazy about the Mormons. If the prophet came on TV today and said that they found a cure for the coronavirus, it is semen from a pit bull. Just say that. Semen from a pit bull. Okay. Tomorrow, there'd be a lot of happy pit bulls, because there'd be a lot of people that are in the Mormon church that would go down on a dog, and then maybe later the prophet would come back a couple days later and say, oh no, it wasn't a pit bull, it was a chihuahua. And they would listen to him. They fucking would believe that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's how fucked up they are. What else are we going to talk about? I wasn't prepared for this. Oh, my lunch. I'm having a pickle. Water. A cracker eating a cracker, of course. That's always funny. Cracker eating a cracker. There, I got something else funny. Look at this. Let's see a picture of my kids. See, if I was a black man, I couldn't say that. But since I'm white, I can say whatever the fuck I want. Okay. This one right here. No baked cookies. No stove, no microwave, no skillets, no nothing. No baking. It's even energy efficient. No baked cookie. So I was talking about subliminals like the rapist, therapist, the rapist, the justice system, just us center, that's what it is. See, the people here are, I don't know if they're corrupt, man, but they're pretty well one-sided, So what can I say? I lost my train of thought, what I was going to say. Subliminals and different things like that, Everything's out in the open. People don't realize it, but it's in plain sight. And like the all-seeing eye on the dollar, I showed you guys that yesterday. Been there for the last 50, 60, 70 years. They put it in plain sight. So people just look at it and walk away, But God's coming, God's coming. What's funny is that we had a couple of earthquakes, and the earthquake 2 or 3 weeks ago, people forget about this stuff. 2 or 3 weeks ago, the earthquake in Salt Lake, around the Salt Lake area, there's hardly any damage done, but it knocked the trumpet off of Moroni. If you look it up on the internet, his trumpet came off. And to me, that's a sign of a false prophet. God gave us a sign right there. These people are evil. These people are false prophets. But it's probably a joke. Like who's up there? Who we got? We got Rich Pryor. We got George Carlin, Sam Kinison, Ralphie May. Red Fox. I don't know if Red Fox made it or not. It's hard to say. But anyway, they're up there talking to God and Jesus and all that stuff, and they're just joking around. What are we gonna do today? Hey, let's drop the trumpet off of Moroni. You guys want to do that? Yeah, that's funny. But all those people are in heaven, man. I know they are. They're good people. And what else is going on? I haven't been watching the news, so I can't really say anything. But back in my younger days, see, this is what's weird. Like, okay, subliminal. Like I can say cracker, whatever. I can't say the N word. I can say nigga, nigga, nigga. I can say that, but I can't end it with an R. But people, they twist stuff. Like in Washington D.C. Okay, that's the Washington Foreskins, freaking Green Bay Fudgebackers, San Francisco 69ers, Kansas City Chiefs, the Tampon Bay Buccaneers. Okay, anyway, let's talk about Washington, D.C. Okay, D.C. stands for dark country. Have you ever been to D.C.? There's blacks everywhere, man. But see, people don't know this, that the white people, some of the white people, not all of them, but some of the white people in D.C., they had this word that they'd call some people. It's called region. And nobody knows what the hell that means. Most people don't. Region. You spell it backwards. It's the N-word spelled backwards. So no matter what, you're going to take away the N-word, they're going to flip it to something else. It's going to be a code, and you won't know it. So if you're in D.C., the D.C. area, and you ever hear that word, that's what it means. Those are good pickles, man. But like I said, Nike's just as bad. Nazi too. Nazis and Nikes, and to me, those are just as bad as the N-word. See, my very first car was a Ford Gran Torino in 1972, just like the movie Gran Torino. Okay, I know prices of stuff goes up, whatever. I paid $1,700 for that. I think it was 1976. It was 72. 4 years old. Paid $1,700. Nice car. Probably less than $30,000 on it. Okay, we fast forward till today. I watch, what's her name? Wendy Williams, And the people that go on there, they have to have really nice shoes. That's because Wendy brings it up. Let's see your shoes. Let's see your shoes. Okay, this is what's fucking pisses me off. Some of those people come in there, they have Nikes that cost $1,700. Back in those days, I bought a car for $17, but I know, what's it called? Inflation, stuff like that. But there's no way you're going to pay $1,700 for a pair of shoes. You're a fucking idiot, man. You're just making somebody else rich. It's crazy. It's kind of weird that you see different stuff when you're kids. Like when I was a kid, they had the moon landing. I'm not saying that they didn't land on the moon. I'm positive they landed on the moon. But why didn't we just keep going up there? By now we should have had a city. You know what I'm saying? Because I think it was, 1969? So that makes me 9 or 10 at the time, because I was watching on TV. And I was watching with my mom. And the very first moon landing, you see the guy coming down the ladder. And they're, say, one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind, This is the very first step on the moon. And I asked my mom, who's videotaping that? Who's running that camera? Because nobody ever thinks about that shit but kids. And I thought about that, right off the bat. If this is the very first step, how long has the cameraman been there on the moon? Different stuff like that. But I'm sure they've been to the moon. I'm almost positive. That's like, okay, I went to, what's his name? John F. Kennedy. Okay, I went to Dallas. I was a truck driver, drove for Warner. Yeah, Warner stands for We Employ Retards, No Experience Required. I said, dude, I'm there, man. Okay. Anyway, I was in Dallas. They have a drop yard there. I used to stay there on the weekends. And we went to the grassy knoll. And, they said Oswald shot from the repository, which he did, of course, he did. There's no doubt in my mind. He did. but there has to be 2 shooters. There has to be, okay. If you ever go there, walk across the street, because the guy was helping me out, I bought a bunch of memorabilia and stuff like that. You'd autographed it. The guy that wrote the book or whatever, he autographed it, gave it to me. Not gave it to me, but I bought it from him. But anyway, we went across the street. There's like a manhole, like in Dallas, when it rains. You got these big old gutters that the water can go down in. And anyway, there's a ricochet shot right off the top of that, right off the lid, right there. They still have it there. The last time I was there, I don't know, 2005, 2006, it's been a while, but more likely it's still there. But as soon as I saw that, I knew that there was a man in that hole that shot JFK in the head, because it went up to the left. This is probably backwards. Up and to the left. Okay, up here, and it blew the back of his head off. It went up, boom. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, people? Not down. It had an angle like that. Okay, I'm sure Oswald shot some rounds. I'm positive he shot some rounds. There's no doubt in my mind. He might have shot at JFK, and then, okay, listen to what I'm saying. The assassin has to kill the assassin. He knew there was somebody in the drain hole. Oswald wasn't that good of a shot anyway. But like they had a square about like this, for the water to go through. But it's like 3 feet deep. Somebody can crouch out in there and see what's going. They could have walkie-talkies back in them days with the headsets, way before we even had it. I used to have a walkie-talkie back then, but I never had the headset. But so you could shoot up out of the drain and shot JFK in the head and blew the back of his head off. Okay, so Oswald probably shot JFK, and then he was going to shoot the assassin, which he wasn't that good of a shot. So he ricocheted off the top of the drain hole cover, you know what I'm saying? And it's still there. And I think that's what happened, See, they always say, oh, Oswald, he was in the Marines, blah, blah, blah. He was so good. Whatever you listen to Oswald, every time you listen to it, he said that he was a marksman in the Marines, for qualification. Okay. Anybody that's ever been in the Marines, the marksman is the lowest you'll ever get. The marksman's the lowest. But if you watch these movies, they'll say, oh, he was a marksman in the Marines. That ain't jack shit, dude. Okay. You have expert, you have sharpshooter, and the lowest you have to qualify as marksman. They'll keep you there until you do qualify. So he did qualify as a marksman, but he wasn't that good of a shot. And they need to solve that death too. It's a conspiracy theory or whatever. You can not believe me, but I'm pretty sure, because people, they're always saying, there's another shooter behind the grounds, this and that and this and that. See, if you're in the drain, there might even been people standing on top of the drain, But when you fire that shot with that many buildings around, the sound, you'll have no clue where it came from, So the shot that killed JFK came up out of the drain. And if you watch one of the guys on the History Channel, he says the same thing. He's crying because he went there. And people say that they did studies and they did this and they did that and it doesn't line up and all that shit. It does. I was there. I looked at it, looked up, looked there. And they had shit marked off. They had stuff marked off where the car was, where the rickshaws were, blah, blah, blah. I still got some books. But more likely, the shot came up out of the drain, I can't say for sure, but I don't think it came out of the grassy knoll, and there was more than one shooter. And it was a conspiracy theory. But if you live around the Dallas area, it's pretty interesting just to go there and check it out, It doesn't cost anything. It's free. Okay. And the Illuminati, the enlightened ones. And like I say about the Mormon church, they got tunnels there. They have the Illuminati. They have tunnels everywhere. Okay, Warren Buffett, Ted Turner, all those people, even Bill Gates or whatever, they always said they have to get the population down because we got too much shit going in the atmosphere, melting the polar caps, which it is. It is melting the polar caps. But the reason why it's doing that, God wants to keep the fish that are in the ocean from dying. he has to give them some fresh water. All that ice and stuff, that's fresh water. We do have a lot of global warming and stuff like that. I do understand that. But God is helping the fish because we're not. We're not doing anything. We're just keep polluting, nonstop. So they do have to get rid of some of us, most of us, and they won't hesitate. Man-made virus. You hear a lot of different things. They don't have a cure, which they don't. I don't think they do. And in the Bible it says, I can't quote the Bible. I can't quote scripture, but you can look it up. 1/3 will die of pestilence. All you got to do is type that in, say the Bible, 1/3 will die of pestilence. 1/3 will die from the beast of the field. Okay, that's horses, cows, pigs, goats, chickens, whatever. So they had like a raccoon or a porcupine or something like that. They were saying it was coming from a porcupine, it was coming from a raccoon, it was coming from a bat. See, really, those are still beasts of the field. They're animals and stuff. It's not the beast. It's not 666, the beast. But just look at the Bible and see. My percentage may be wrong, but they're going to have to get rid of us. They'll have to get rid of us. And this right here is a man-made virus. And they got us order under chaos, order out of chaos. I always call it order by chaos. That's what I call it. But it's order out of chaos. And, I don't know how long it's going to last. We're pretty lucky where I live. 7 people in a county. That's how many people get the flu or whatever, But it's serious shit, man. People are dying, I'm not lying to you. That's why we got to do May 1st. And I know I can't do it by myself because I'm not a salesman, as you can see. I'm not a salesman. Like this. I gave all my videos away. I went and recorded, man, and gave it to everybody, Hey, here you go, here you go, here you go. But I'm not a salesman, but I do need your help. May 1st, I'm mad as hell, and I'm not going to take it anymore. We need to pass the word. Everybody needs to get on board. If it doesn't happen this year, I'm still going to do it no matter what. I'll still do it on May 1st. I don't care, And everybody needs to do it. We need to do it every year until it becomes a tradition for everybody, at noon, because life is not going to get any easier, it's not. And America, land of the free, home of the slave, you can use that. That's the same for me. See, the thing is, a lot of people are going to be dependent on the government. A lot of people are going to be dependent on the government. Okay, the people that's going to be working, they're going to work their fucking ass off to make a buck, They're going to work their ass off. And the government's going to start feeding them a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more to take care of the people that are on government assistance, dependent on the government, because it's not going to go back the way it was. A lot of the restaurants and stuff like that, they're going out of business, and they can't keep it up. I do videos on another thing. It's called Living Cheap. If you want to watch that, I don't care if you do or not. But anyway, I show you a few ideas how to eat really cheap. Feed a family a couple bucks, 2 or 3. But it's never going to come back. It's never going to go back. Never, ever, ever, ever. And we got to do something. I honestly think it's too late, man. Because they're going to do it again. They're going to do it again. They're going to do it again. It's order out of chaos. And like the end of days are coming. I don't know when, but they're coming. Like we passed the generation of the fig tree, 1948 to 2017, 2018, right then, when Trump went over there and said, okay, yeah, Jerusalem is the capital of Israel. Yay! Which it had been since 1948. Okay, that's a generation. 70. After that, you can call it the turbulation or whatever you want to call it. I think it is tribulations, but it's four horsemen of the apocalypse. And that's what we're going through now, and it's going to get worse. You just got to be prepared, and you need to stay home, people. Go out. Like I said, I bought 5 dozen eggs and stuff like that. Just stock up, and keep away from people. Social distancing. It's sad. Social distancing. Yeah. The other day I bought a hooker. I had to stay 6 feet apart. So what did I do? Masturbated in my hand and threw it at her. Sick joke, man. But it's not going to get any better. You know, it might be slowing down now, but they say it's coming again next year and the year after that and the year after that. It's going to come every year. They're going to try to force inoculate people and different things like that. They shouldn't have made the shit in the first fucking place, you know? You know what I'm saying? Should have fucking made it. But they say, after you get it, you can't have it again. It's like, fuck, how do you know, man? What is it, like virginity? You only lose it once or get it once or whatever? They don't fucking know. You know, they're just telling you, shit. You can only get it once? I don't know, is that like AIDS? You can only get AIDS once? I don't know. You know, I'm not a doctor. But all I do know is, don't take a bunch of vitamins and stuff like that if you're not sick, you know. If you're not sick, don't do it. You know, just do what you got to do. Stay home. Stay safe. You know, social distancing. You know, some of the people are going to die, and I feel sorry for the families, man. I honestly do. Because it's bullshit. It is bullshit that people are dying because of this. The coronavirus is just mainly a cold or a flu or something like that. It's a COVID-19, you know. COVID-19, that's the shit that will kill you. And there's no cure. But like I say, people that are in religion and shit like that, if the Pope, the prophet, the fucking, one of those guys are from Jehovah's Witness, governing body, they told them, you know, yeah, people's sperm will cure you, you know, they would fucking believe it. They would. You know, they go out and do something to a pit bull. I don't know. That's bestiality, man. I'm getting off the, I'm getting off into a tangent big time, man. I can get sick here. But yeah, they would believe it. Honest to God, you know. All you gotta do is stay home, you know, take vitamins, stock up, don't get violent, people. Don't get violent. May 1st, noon Mountain Time. I'm mad as hell. I'm not going to take it anymore. This is our new handshake. 6 feet away. Pay homage to the fallen soldiers. And the people that are going to fight a good battle. Okay. This is Lunch with the Fat Man. One-eyed Fat Man. Number 21. Have a good day. See you tomorrow.